Hi, I'm Robin Bensley. Welcome to Chow Time. You know, when you think of coffee cake, you think of that pecan roll that you might have on Sunday morning for breakfast. Well, on today's show, I am not going to make a coffee cake. Instead, I'm going to be making a coffee cake. Coffee is one of my favorite flavors of all time, especially coffee ice cream, my absolute favorite. Well, I got to thinking, I don't think I've ever seen a coffee cake. You see mocha cakes, but you never see coffee flavored cakes. And so I'm going to make one. Now, I often, when I make a cake, start with a cake mix and just kind of doctor it up. So I have one white cake mix. And that goes in a bowl along with one small package of instant vanilla pudding. One cup of mayonnaise, really mayonnaise. Mayonnaise makes your cake so incredibly moist. You can use low fat if you want. 1 cup of water. And 3 eggs. I'll crack them in there first. Oh, see, there's a shell. There's another shell. And always get a shell out with another piece of shell. Okay, so 3 eggs. Before I take an electric mixer to it, I'm going to do it a little bit by hand so I don't have a snowstorm in my kitchen. Now I'm going to mix it until it's nicely blended, but you don't want to overmix it. Now I'm going to add the most important ingredient, of course, instant coffee crystals. And I like to add 2 heaping tablespoons. And then we'll blend that in. There we go. Now you can still kind of see the little crystals in it, but that will melt when the cake is baking. So I've got 2 8-inch cake pans that I prepared by buttering them and putting a little flour on them. So I'm going to divide the batter among the 2. And a little trick that my grandmother taught me, I always do this, is you drop the pan from a pretty good height, do that a few times, and that'll bring up any air bubbles to the surface, so your cake will be more moist. I'm going to put these in a 350-degree oven, and I think about a half an hour ought to do the trick. Let's make some coffee buttercream frosting. I have 3 sticks of butter, softened, and about 5 cups of confectioner's sugar. You want to kind of mash that a little bit again so we don't have a snowstorm in the kitchen when I go to mix it. I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And about 2 tablespoons, once again, of instant coffee. I'm going to put in just a dash of milk because we can always add a little more milk later to get the consistency that you want, but I just sort of want to dampen that a little bit. So that's just about 1/8 of a cup. Now we'll take a mixer to it. Starting on low, I'm going to give it a scrape. Now full tilt boogie. Okay, we'll stop it for a minute. I'm going to check it for flavor. That's very coffee-y. And the consistency is pretty good for frosting a cake, but I want to make it just a little bit softer. So I'll add the rest of this milk. 1/4 cup of milk in total. And the frosting is done. So as soon as the cakes come out of the oven, you know you have to let them cool down completely so the frosting doesn't melt all over the cake. Finally, I get to ice the cake. Nice thick layer in the middle. I'm going to make the cake just a touch fancier. I have a selection of chocolate-covered espresso beans that I'm just going to kind of sprinkle around the top. I have white chocolate, milk chocolate, and dark chocolate. There's my dream cake. This is so moist and delicious. This is the perfect cake for the coffee lover. And suddenly I'm inspired. I want to wax the cars. I want to paint the house. I want to learn foreign languages. I want to play the violin. I want to write my memoirs. I want to solve world peace.